Hello everyone, welcome to the third course in our South Sudan series. Today we will dive into contemporary history from colonial rule to the 1972 autonomy. We will explore three key stages: Sudan's independence and its unequal legacy, the South's revolt against Khartoum's oppression, and the hard-won autonomy. This story, marked by the First Civil War from 1955 to 1972, is about a people seeking recognition. First point, Sudan's independence, an unequal colonial legacy. Under the Anglo-Egyptian Condominium from 1899 to 1956, Sudan was divided. The north, Arabized and Muslim, received investments, railways, irrigation, education. The south, multi-ethnic and often animist or Christian, was neglected. It became a periphery. The British Southern policy of the 1920s isolated the south. Missionaries managed it, and they did what they could, but the colonial power, disliked by the population, did nothing. This situation deepened cultural and economic divides. In 1946, the British unified North and South under Khartoum's centralized administration. They ended Southern autonomy. This decision was a ticking time bomb. Post-World War II saw rising national sentiment. From Nasser's revolution in Egypt to Sudan's independence, the step was short. From the Nasserian revolution to the independence, the Sudanese people rise and take a stand. This independence season, marked by many demonstrations, peaked on January 1, 1956. This was finally the end of the Anglo-Egyptian Condominium and the beginning of a new season. A country is born with its new flag, its new colors, its new currency as well, centered on the fabric of an Arabic identity. Sudanese photographer Rashid Mahdi captured this moment. Born in 1923 in Atbara, Mahdi was a self-taught icon of 20th century African photography. Active from the 50s to the 70s, he documented Sudan's transformation with unique sensitivity. His stunning photos show the many faces of Sudanese people seeking freedom. Amazing work. It was a nation's birth or rebirth. But independence favored the north. Sudanization placed northern elites in power. The south was marginalized. Nasser's 1952 revolution inspired Arab nationalism. In the south, it sparked fears of forced Arabization. Second point, the South revolt, a fight against northern domination. In 1946, ending Southern autonomy sowed conflict. The South was economically and politically sidelined. Its languages and cultures were ignored. Racism also was a serious issue. At the 1947 Juba Conference, leaders like Nuer chief John Bothdew protested. They denounced Northern contempt and the loss of autonomy. Their pleas went unheard. The North-South divide worsened after independence. In August 1955, the Torit Mutiny erupted. Southern soldiers of the Equatorial Corps rebelled against Northern officers. They feared being disarmed. The revolt was crushed violently. Dozens died. This sparked the Civil War. The mutineers, hiding in the marshes, formed the early Anyanya movement. Anyanya means snake's venom in Mahdi language. Anyanya became the name of the rebellion. From 1955 to 1958, fighting was sporadic. After independence, southern groups began organizing in rural areas, forming the early stages of the Anyanya movement. Khartoum's repression was brutal, using aviation and Soviet equipment. In 1958, Ibrahim Aboud's coup strengthened centralization and Arabization. This deepened the divide. The South, under-equipped, waged asymmetric warfare. Machetes and old Lee-Enfield rifles were no match for Khartoum's heavy weapons. Yet, the rebels' courage, tactics, and knowledge of the field kept them resilient. Demands for autonomy grew against an authoritarian central power. Third point, the autonomy gained against Khartoum. Though there is not yet a majority of Christians in the south of Sudan, churches played a key role. Catholic and Protestant missions provided humanitarian aid, schools, and medical help. They strengthened southern identity through local language education. They also raised global awareness of Khartoum's massive abuses. In the 1960s, the Anyanya guerrilla, led by figures like Joseph Lagou, organized. It began in the Deep South, outside Dinka or Nuer lands. Lagou unified factions. After 1967, he secured weapons from Israel. Some support came also from Uganda. Lagou founded the South Sudan Liberation Movement, SSLM. Their attacks grew effective. The war remained asymmetric. Rebels controlled growing areas in the countryside. The Northern Army was confined to cities. Year by year, victory seemed closer. Joseph Lagou and Anyanya allies intensified talks. On February 27, 1972, the Addis Ababa Agreement ended the war, negotiated under the Organization of African Unity. Ethiopia and Emperor Haile Selassie were key. His neutrality and regional influence were decisive. The talks succeeded. The agreement stated, Southern Sudan shall benefit from regional autonomy within a united Sudan, with a regional legislative assembly and executive council responsible for internal affairs. The South gained autonomy, its own government, and 12,000 Anyanya fighters joined the national army. Arabic remained the official language, but local languages were allowed in regional administration. Promises of economic and educational development were made. Khartoum's oversight limited them. Few words of conclusion. The First Sudanese Civil War cost about 500,000 lives. It displaced up to 2 million people. It teaches us 3 lessons. Colonial legacies created deep inequalities. Clumsy decolonization fueled conflicts. Churches and neighbors like Ethiopia were crucial. The fragile 1972 autonomy foreshadowed future struggles. Thank you for your attention, and to be followed. For further reading, explore reference works and Joseph Lagou's first-hand account, The Anyanya Struggle. Happy reading, and see you soon!